just how encouraging was it this past Saturday to keep the door at zero, just limiting them to limited chances and coming back with a precious point that kind of relieves a little bit the pressure, but the pressure still being there because the results aren't coming through.
Yeah, like you said, I think we're having a little bit of trouble just finding the goal and just getting that goal. So I think on the flip side, I think it was good for us to keep that clean sheet. Obviously, if we're not scoring goals right now, we're gonna try to avoid the goals as well coming in. So yeah, I mean the pressure is always gonna be there, and every game we take it very seriously, and I think it was a very important game for us from the previous game, just coming back and showing the intensity and the work that we needed to do.
And now you got personally for yourself, you've been playing different positions this season and even part of last season. But for you, just where are you just finding your stride at the moment? Knowing that you can play at any part of the defensive line or some of the parts of the midfield where you can contribute at this point of the season.
Yeah, so I feel very comfortable in any position that the coach wants me to play, and I think that every position is or every game is a different formation or players that are needed for different reasons, formation, tactical stuff. Um, so I mean, I'm just ready for whatever position that the team needs me and just perform at my highest level.
All right, thank you.
Good evening, Rob, and yeah, welcome again from Germany. I have a bit a similar question to raise because on the one hand, you had a really good defensive game compared to the last 3 games we had, but on the offensive side, we only had one shot on target. And looking at your stats, you had 80% passing accuracy, but you only could create one chance and lost some duels. And I want to use that as a starting point because Monterey is famed for their good defensive backline, but looking at our last games and Monterey, for example, are we in scoring because are we missing the key piece yet, or because the defensive backlines are so good? And because you're also playing in both, you could say, positions, you can say it a bit better than we fans.
No, like you said, we're struggling to find the goal right now. I think our team is based on just the possession part, which is good. But like you said, we're missing that final piece in the shooting and that hunger to shoot. I feel like a lot of us are just more focused, I guess, on keeping the ball possession, but we need to be a little bit more riskier once we get in the final third and be a little bit, I guess, a little selfish and make sure we get those shots on goal. Like you said, not just shooting, making sure we find the frame and making sure we make the goalie make a save or obviously get something out of it. We just got to be a little bit more, like I said, more hungry going towards the goal, finding the goal, and that's it. I think that's just the final piece that we're missing, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating for everyone. So we'll be working on that.
My second and last question is about New Mexico, of course, because we will play against them on Friday. Looking at New Mexico, it seems they have a similar season to us. They are struggling. They lost a few games, but they also are quite a bit hungry with players like Greg Hurst, for example. Where do you see maybe our problems and strengths looking at the game, and what is our key to the game, on your opinion? Because you mostly will play.
Yeah, so New Mexico is a very good team. They have very dangerous players, like you said, in the attack. We're gonna obviously try to match the intensity, and I think that last game we showed that intensity, and I think we just got to keep going forward with that momentum. And like I said, just fix a little bit of the little details that we gotta fix from the previous game. But if we come out with the same intensity and momentum that we came from the previous game, I think we'll be good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, y'all playing against Mexico United.
what have you been able to take away from this season to bring into this exact match where you all need a potentially need a win just to boost momentum for a following game?
I think the most important thing that we gotta focus on is just getting that first goal. A lot of the times this season we've been trailing, or I mean, it's been a struggle for us to get that first goal. But just going based on our last game, I feel like we have a really good structure now, a little bit of the style of what we're going into this week, and like I said, we kind of keep that momentum or that pressure, that intensity. I think the goal will come, and eventually it'll flood hopefully many more after that. That's the key focus for us.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. We can switch to Spanish.